On the occasion of the 264th birthday of Robert Burns, Scotland's national poet and renowned ladies' man, I would like to propose this toast to all lassies worldwide, and in particular my wife, in the hope that she might forgive me for what I am about to say. You see, Burns's love life started in a harvest field in the autumn of 1773, when the young Nellie Kirkpatrick stole the heart of Robbie Burns. Robbie was only 14 years old. It was his first love. Do you remember the first time you fell completely and utterly in love? Burns says of that glorious moment, "I never had the least thought or inclination of turning poet till I got once heartily in love, and then rhyme and song were, in a manner, the spontaneous language of my heart." So you see, if it wasn't for young Nellie, we wouldn't be celebrating tonight. So let's once again remember Handsome Nell. Oh, once I loved a bonny lass, aye, and I love her still, and whilst that virtue warms my breast, I love my handsome Nell. As bonny lassies I hae seen, and mony full braw, but for a modest, graceful mind, the like I never saw. A bonny lass, I will confess, is pleasant to the ee, but with some better qualities, she's no a lass for me. But Nellie's looks are blithe and sweet, and what is best of all, her reputation is complete and fair without a flaw. She dresses aye sae clean and neat, both decent and genteel, and then there's something in her gait gars ony dress look weel. A gaudy dress and gentle air may slightly touch the heart, but it's innocence and modesty that polishes the dart. 'Tis this in Nellie pleases me, 'tis this enchants my soul, for absolutely in my breast she reigns without control. Not bad for a 14-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bet you're glad he's not in your daughter's class at school. Burns went on to learn a thing or two about lasses, as you do. He learned, like us, that we lasses grow into big lasses, who grow into women, who in turn become wives, and, let it be said, there are some poor unfortunates out there whose wives grow into harridans, screeching, rasping, venomous old crones. Like the recently deceased man of whom Burns wrote, "As Father Adam first was fooled, a case that's still too common, here lies a man a woman ruled, the devil ruled the woman." Burns loved the lasses, but he avoided wives like the plague. Well, his own at any rate, and he knew what to do with a tyrant wife. "Cursed be the man, the poorest wretch in life, the crouching vassal to the tyrant wife, who has no will but by her high permission, who has not sixpence but in her possession, who must to her his dear friend's secret tell, who dreads a curtain lecture worse than hell. Were such the wife had fallen to my part, I'd break her spirit, or I'd break her heart. I'd charm her with the magic of a switch, I'd kiss her maids and kick the perverse bitch." But at least in those days, lassies knew what they were there for. Yes, that's right, to bend over backwards to please their man. Oft times up and down the glen at the end of a working day, you would hear the cry, "Morag, get your skirts up, girl, we're on our way." And Morag did as she was bid, for she was glad of the company, and it was a small price to pay for the undivided attention of her man. But those days are gone now. No more is the traditional welcome home ceremony to be heard echoing up and down the glens. No, it's all gone now. And do you know why? Education. Yes, that's right, education. It has ruined lasses. They've got above their station, and everywhere you look now there are female lawyers, female accountants, and even, God help us, may Freud turn in his grave, female psychotherapists. A war of the sexes has replaced the cosy, well-balanced domestic bliss that once reigned. And so it is that, from time to time, a man's fancy may roam. But, gentlemen, to preempt any scurrilous attack on our good name from the lassies, or indeed one's own fair spouse, mark well Burns's defence of inconsistency in love. "Let not women e'er complain of inconsistency in love. Let not women e'er complain, fickle man is apt to rove. Look abroad through nature's range, nature's mighty law is change. Ladies, Would it not seem strange man should then a monster prove? Mark the winds and mark the skies, oceans ebb and oceans flow, sun and moon but set to rise, round and round the seasons go. Why then ask of silly man to oppose great nature's plan? We'll be constant while we can, you can be no more, you know. But though he was a man for the lasses, he wasn't just a predatory sexual animal. He truly loved and admired womankind, as can be felt in his poem to lovely Polly Stewart. Oh, lovely Polly Stewart, oh, charming Polly Stewart, there's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so fair as thou art. The flower it blaws, it fades, it falls, and art can ne'er renew it, but worth and truth eternal youth will give to Polly Stewart. May he whose arms shall fold thy charms possess a loyal and true heart. To him be given to ken the heaven he grasps in Polly Stewart. Hardly the words of a misogynist. And what would Robbie have made of today's working girls? Can you imagine him strolling along the local high street on a Saturday night, hands clasped behind his back, staring uncomprehendingly and disapprovingly at the riotous goings-on? No, neither can I. He'd be right in there among the hen parties with the rest of them. And after a post-coital dram, he would probably have penned an ode to a lap-dancing lassie. Fair fa your honest sonsy face, great empress of the Houri race, abune them a' ye tak your place, Soho, Wanshai, Mabini, will ye worthy o' a grace in yon bikini. Wi' pouting lips and wiggling bum, ye mak the brains o' man gae numb. Your favours granted to punters come frae a' the earths, practising your trade wi' a' your perts. Aye, bonny lass, you've found your station, bunkin' for remuneration, wi' sex tourists frae a' the nations, Japs, Germans, froggies, international delegations like packs of horny doggies. But tak great care, my gentle Anne, when pursuing business in some dark sedan. I mak sure to tell your man, Fritz, Bruce, or Jock, regardless of his wild demands, I use a sock. But, dear lasses, let it be said, we could not, nor would we wish to, live without you. You are the warmth in our hearts. You are the air we breathe. You are the future, our present, and, whisper it softly, our past. Where would we be without you, apart from the pub? And what more perfect way to say we love you than Burns' own words? Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till a' the seas gang dry. Till a' the seas gang dry, my dear, and rocks melt with the sun. Oh, I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands o' life shall run. And fare thee weel, my only love, and fare thee weel a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 mile. So, gentlemen, please raise your glasses to the lasses. The lasses.